I begged my sister to sleep with my husband. Is this some kind of joke? Only it wasn't funny to me. My husband Mason and I had been together for 10 years. But we were never able to have children. We considered surrogacy, but my husband was an ordinary cop, and his salary wouldn't be enough to cover the expenses. However, I had a completely crazy idea. I would ask my sister to have a baby for us. Sorry, but that is nonsense. I can't do it. My sister told me she had a boyfriend and that he would not approve of it. I was sure Gina was lying. A boyfriend? Why have I never heard of him? Then my sister admitted that she was in a relationship with Carlos, a former member of our father's gang. Several years ago, my father got a life sentence, and Carlos managed to avoid serious consequences due to his young age. Are you insane? Carlos will end up in jail and leave you with nothing. Wasn't that enough of an example for you? My sister tried to convince me that Carlos was done with crime and invited me to dinner with them to show me that he had changed. I was against it, but my husband supported the idea. Much to my surprise, Carlos did look like a law-abiding citizen. But I didn't show any approval, unlike my husband. I was shocked when Mason hugged Carlos when we were leaving. Suddenly, a police car drove up to our house.
Stay where you are. We're responding to an anonymous call.
The police searched Carlos and found a bag of powder in him. Just like I thought. Suddenly, my sister came down on me. It was you who planted the powder and called the cops! You! The next day, my sister showed up at our house and told us that she was ready to be the mother of our child. I was shocked. What made her change her mind? We're family, right? I'll help you, and you'll help me. When my husband and sister went to the bedroom, I got a call from Carlos. I'm listening. In a matter of seconds, I broke into the bedroom and put an end to everything. Ginny, get dressed. I explained that I wasn't ready to have a child at such a high price. My father was a criminal, which was why it was so important for me to be with an honest person.
What are you talking about here?
It was you who planted the powder. Carlos had been released since they hadn't found any of his fingerprints on the bag. Then, I remembered Mason and the way he hugged Carlos, even though my husband was always called some familiar people.
It was he who said that Carlos used to be in a gang. He must go to jail, and we should have a child.
I didn't listen to my husband's arguments. What happened revealed Mason's true face. I realized that I was so blinded by his made-up image that I had made to deal with my conscience and almost ruined my sister's life in the process. We should love, not fall in love, because everything that falls ends up broken. A woman voluntarily gave up the best bed in the house so her husband and his mistress could use it.
Margaret, I'm sorry, but Julie's apartment is occupied tonight.
Oh, are you Julie? You're even more beautiful than I was told. Margaret grabbed a new set of sexy lingerie and offered it to her husband's mistress. I've put on some weight, but I'm sure it will fit you perfectly. The mistress tried the lingerie in front of the mirror and caught the ardent gaze of the homeowner. Margaret happily wished the couple a steamy night and went to sleep in the nursery.
See? You had no reason to be worried. I have a great wife.
Margaret grew up without a father, and she didn't want her son to go through that same experience. So when her and John's marriage came to an end, they decided not to get divorced and pretend to be a family for the sake of their son. When Margaret woke up, her son was not there, and she heard someone splashing in the pool. It was Julie, who was flaunting her body in a sexy bikini in front of the boy while he took pictures of her. We had a deal. You can sleep with whoever you want, but our son should never see them or talk to them.
Don't worry. I told him she was the swimming instructor.
Margaret wasn't satisfied with her husband's explanation, though. That evening, John came home from work and saw his son on a motorcycle with a stranger covered in tattoos. As it turned out, that was Margaret's lover. I told him he was a friendly pizza delivery guy.
You're crossing the line, Margaret. Our son is not stupid.
A few days later, John brought home a cake that his mistress had made.
It's for our son's birthday party. I'm sure we should invite Julie too.
Margaret walked over to the cake and pushed it off the table. Can we not call her now? Margaret's behavior made John furious, and he took it out on her. Not only that, but he also decided to cancel the party just to spite her. You wouldn't dare!
Yes, I would. Whoever pays decides. I am calling the cafe.
Meanwhile, their son was in the next room and heard his father canceling the party.
Oh, sorry, things happen.
Are you happy with yourself? Suddenly, both parents heard the window in their son's bedroom slam. When they ran into the room, they noticed that the boy wasn't there anymore. He wasn't in the yard either, or the roller rink where they expected to find him. He also wasn't at the school. John and Margaret decided to involve their lovers in the search.
Bad news.
Our son is missing. As it turned out, their lovers knew where the boy might have been. They were really interested in the child's well-being. Unlike their parents who had been too busy quarreling with each other as of late.
He could be at the gallery.
Our son is at the photography exhibition. John and Margaret didn't know that their son's photos had been selected to be featured in the Happy People exhibition. Son, we found you! Photos of the boy's classmates were all over the walls, as well as his neighbors and even his parents' lovers. However, there were no photos of John and Margaret. The boy admitted that he hadn't seen his parents happy for a very long time.
We'll fix this. I promise you.
John and Margaret got a divorce, found a way to explain everything to their son, and brought happiness back into their lives. A child needs happy parents, whether they are together or not.